Woo, okay, we're back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cast Me Outside. I'm your host, Darren Scholl. Today's date, February 6th, 2025. It's a Tuesday. Oh my God, it's a Thursday. I knew it was one of those T days. Out of all the letters, you couldn't have 7 different letters to start. I guess there's only really 5. Oh Lord, this is bad. This is not going to age well. And I'm okay with that. Because we live hard and fast and die young. Carl Young. I don't know. We need to just get into this episode, don't we? Having a hard time getting into it. Yeah, man. Going back to comedy. I feel like I haven't done comedy in like over a week, which is insane for me. So I'm just going to go back. I need to fuck with my mindset. Per usual. I need to just go with the flow. I'm doing things. I'm showing up. Maybe I haven't in this past month, but going forward, I will. And I'm going to get better. I'm going to get more involved, and more opportunities will just happen because I'm going to be there to see the opportunities and take advantage of them. I'm going to roofie these opportunities, and I'm going to take advantage of them. We're going to date rape some opportunities. All right, cool. Sorry, we're going to date our word some opportunities. All right, nice. Double down. Yeah, I'm excited for comedy. There's a new show tomorrow that seems close by, but I'm gonna swing by so I have something to do on a Friday. I'm not exhausted because I got to sleep in today because it was icy this morning. Hell yeah. And of course, work sucks when it's like snow day vibes. Where it's like, why are we even here? Other people called off. Am I a sucker for working here and not calling off? It's fine. All of that will be over soon. Feels good to have a little bit of energy. That's huge. Weekday sleep. And my goals are pretty low. I just want to be, I guess, eyes closed by 11. I think that would be huge. Eyes closed, trying to sleep by 11. Because, I stay up till midnight, and I'm not even doing anything great, and then I fucking drag myself through the day, and then you can only get a few things done after work. That's just how it is with me. I always bite off more than I can chew, or envision a realm of productivity that I can just never access. So I think, be realistic, be forgiving, and be persistent. We're doing these. Back with another episode of Cast Me Outside. That's great. On days like today, I think we should just get into the advice quick. Because I have 1 or 2 things to ramble about. And I have advice, so let's get into it. My in-laws bought a vacation for all of us. Okay, the in-law vacation. Now, I grew up with in-law vacations. My mom's side of the family, we would go to Virginia or West Virginia. Nope, Virginia. We'd go to a beach down there. I wish I knew more about it. I was kind of just along for the ride, man. We'd go down there and we'd get a house, and it was awesome. Even though beach houses aren't that comfortable. There's not a lot of good decompressing space. It's all hard floors and hard chairs because of the sand and shit. Which I get it, but I just remember being at this beach house and just not having a place to chill. I just felt like I was always being bombarded with hard surfaces. Nothing soft to recline into. Now in my mind, I'm like, well, that's where you're supposed to lay on the beach. That's where you're supposed to hang out in the pool. I think maybe I need like a beach vacation. I don't know. I always like I want the party vacation, like where it's just like crazy and it's a party, but I never have the freaking energy. It's just not what I want to do at night. Is be freaking bombarded with loud music and drunk people. Like I want like a little tipsy vibe, but the club, bar, I don't know, illusion of fun, but probably really just an okay time. Just I can't rally for it. But the media and the opportunity and the fantasy of an amazing, fun beach bar night or whatever stories I make up or I see in society just never really seems to be within my grasp. But okay, that was a weird tangent. We got a family vacation. This lady is fucking anxious as fuck about her family vacation. Let's get into it. Okay, so backstory first. My husband and I have had a roller coaster of a relationship with his parents. Uh-oh, the in-laws. A little overbearing, are they? He's the youngest of 4, but the only bio child of both his mom and dad. So he is the baby, but has been treated toxically his whole life. We have been together for 9 years, and I have been around him and his family for 15. Okay, so you're in it for the long haul. I like that. I like a nice ride or die despite wanting to kill your in-laws. I had always known the overstepping that his parents attempt. His mother carried it all over into our relationship. For example, when we moved into our first house together, she verbatim said that we were just playing house. Like, I can see how this comment is super bitchy and that definitely undermines the relationship, the seriousness of their relationship. This isn't a fucking game, Cheryl. We are playing house for keeps. It's like, yeah, you're playing house. Now you're playing house for keeps. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna write that down. For the deed, for the pink slip. There is like no pink slip of the house for the mortgage. Put your mortgage on the line. Refinance. Dang it. What is the word? Is it refinance or whatever? You can tell that I haven't played house for keeps yet, but that's fine. Yeah, I get that, but also playing house is kind of just like a cute thing to say. Like, of course, you're going to perceive it as a jab because it's this woman you're kind of in like weird competition with. It's your in-law, and I'm sure she's a bitch, and I'm sure you're a bitch, so instances of bitching and bitchiness are gonna occur. But yeah, say, listen, we are playing house, Cheryl, for keeps. Your name ain't on the mortgage. You didn't sign up for this fixed interest rate, so you better quit your yapping and make sure your fat ass doesn't rupture the foundation, disturb the foundation. Whoa, I think talk about her weight. Have you tried calling her a fat bitch? Have you tried making fun of her weight? Right? If you can't have a good relationship, you might as well have no relationship. Burn the bridges. Okay. So you're dealing with an in-law who has catty remarks, and now she's inviting you on vacation. Let's get more into this. When I finally stood up for how she talked to me, to him, she said to me, "Well, you don't know him like I do. I'm his mother. We have just recently been successful in setting boundaries. We have 2 small children of our own, and it was either set boundaries or cut them off, in my opinion. Yeah, okay, so you got an overprotective mother. Like, I'm definitely, appeasement people pleaser. It's like, just shut up for birthdays and holidays, and be grateful that you have a family to celebrate with. But and then in between those times, live your own life and don't give a shit if it's like so bad. Or also, you can suck it up for the short increments where you do have to be around each other. Okay, but this is where it comes into. This is where it comes down to the vacation. For Christmas, instead of buying us anything, they booked a 3-bedroom condo in Florida for this spring. We went to Tennessee last year on a family vacation, but stayed in separate hotel rooms, and it was only for 3 days. Okay, so she's done some family vacation before, and she survived. She survived 3 days with a separate hotel room. But can you survive 1 week in a condo? The stakes just got higher. We're not playing house anymore. Now we're playing condo in Florida. And if you want to keep your fucking marriage, you better play smart. You better play to win. It is sad. It is sad. These people that love this man that kind of brought them together, like the wife and the mother. Like they're both kind of forced to deal with each other because they love this person, but they can't humble themselves. I don't know. Agree to disagree, compromise, or just kind of like be civil. They gotta like jab and get under people's skin. It's sad because you think they could be there for the right reasons. Okay, this is a whole week in one condo together. Yeah, the stakes are higher. She has already assigned sleeping arrangements, even for my son who is 4, to stay in bunk beds with my sister-in-law and my husband's grandmother. I don't really get that. Okay, so the sleeping arrangements are going to be shit. Last night she texted me, "You guys won't have to bring as much shit as you did to Tennessee, will you?" I simply replied, "I still have 2 children, so there's at least 2 pieces of shit coming with us." Yeah, it's like, don't you see the shit that comes with all the kids? And you're over here stressing out about this shit. Oh, I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna text her and say, do you want to double think the amount of shit you're bringing?" Yeah, the mom seems hard to deal with, but obviously we're not hearing her side of the story. Also, my husband and I are going through a lot personally right now. This is not the time to be shoved into a 3-bedroom condo with my in-laws. Our relationship is at a breaking point. It's like we found a couple whose relationship is at a breaking point and booked them a family vacation with their in-laws. Can they survive? You're on Playing for Keeps. I don't know what we would call a reality TV show. You're on Vacation Nightmares. You're on I use PTO for this. Okay, I don't know. Comment what a reality TV show of a relationship having to be put through the test of a week-long vacation with the in-laws. What would that Stresscation? Okay, Stresscation is my working title. So they're going through a lot right now. He is a newly recovering alcoholic, and we just started marital therapy. Yeah, okay. So Buddy needs he needs his own vacation. Right? I booked you a vacation, and I'm not imposing myself. right? That'd be the real gift. But think about it. Rise to adversity, rise to the challenge. And for Christmas, she gave you a chance to test your love and really, you know, come together through adversity. That's what this in-law did to you. Okay, so this gentleman is dealing with sobriety and 2 bitches and 2 kids. And by newly, I mean 3 weeks sober. Yeah, dude, that's hard. 3 weeks sober is tough. You're newly sober. It would be so nice to have some private time with him and our boys. I feel like the stress of staying with his parents would not be healthy. Last year, we took it upon ourselves to have They took it upon themselves to have an intervention with my husband without me, which is fucking weird. It was terrible, and he did not speak to him for weeks. And of course, went back to drinking from the stress. I understand this was a gift, but how do I propose booking our own condo/room without a total blow up? First of all, you just do it. You don't need to propose it. You don't need permission. It's a gift. Yeah, I mean, you probably should. So I take it back, because you should see if they could just get downgraded. Or downgraded into 2 separate rooms. So yeah, I mean, you gotta have the husband. The husband has to do it. The husband has to kind of man up. I know it might lead to a relapse, but you're gonna have to confront your mother and say, "Listen, we got too much shit. We don't want to oppose our shit on you. You guys were so kind. Is there some way we can get our separate room?" And then, you know what? Like, let them process it. If it makes them upset, they can process it. But yeah, good luck. But yeah, if you think of it as a test, then your marriage is just going to be stronger because of it. And isn't that a beautiful thing? Knowing that your relationship is rock solid. It was tested with by a house built on a foundation of sand, but it turned out that it was a house built on rock, solid foundation. All right, we tried. That's the advice section. Let's go back into whatever. Yeah, snow day today. Get to kind of get back into comedy. Feel a huge comedy disconnect. Bret Weinstein was on Joe Rogan, and he's someone I really like. I think he's super smart. I think he's pretty honest and everything. That being said, I don't think it's great content for me to be consuming all the time, just because I know what I'm like when I consume that type of content. That is kind of like pointing out just how shitty and corrupt everything is. It's like, I like knowing about it, but I hate knowing that there's nothing I can do about it. And it's like, my life is so not where I want it to be. Focusing on how shitty and corrupt the government is, and how shitty and corrupt pharmaceutical companies are, and like, yeah, it's super engaging, and I agree with a lot of his points. I just, for my mental health, it's just wasn't having a good return on investment. But he kept me away from getting the vax, so I'm like super happy that I found him at a time where the whole world was going crazy and there was so much propaganda, and it was just mind-boggling. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, no one sees how wild like all of these like proposals are, and like it was just wild. There was definitely a time where I didn't have a ton of people I could talk to about it, friends, family, they were all kind of just like, yeah, let's get through this. Let's do what the TV and the politicians tell us. Like this. And then I was like, no, this is fucking insane. Like even if like it was a good product, it still would have been insane how it was pushed on people, how people were coerced to take it. But then it ended up being a bad product, and then then you find out everything about like the health industry and just how fucking it's all about money and it's not about health. And now the people are freaking testing you like lab rats and trying to limit your accessibility to society, whether or not you take this product. Yeah, it was a crazy, maddening time, and it was good to have someone smart like see what was happening and reassure me that I wasn't crazy for seeing just all the cracks and everything. So yeah, so big Bret Weinstein fan, but like I said, as far as return on investment for my mental health, and I just wasn't seeing it, so I listened to him sparingly. And of course I'll listen to him on Joe Rogan. And it was I only listened to half of it. I don't know, something about USAID. Yeah, well, that's all a racket. It's all of this funding, the funding that results in whatever mess we're in now, and all these different messes, all these different adjacent messes. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. But he got attacked early by like the woke mind virus because he was in an institution that was kind of replicating it. He was kind of in the gain of function for the, like, he was in the lab that did gain of function for the woke nonsense that spewed out. So, and then he dug into all the stuff that led to the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's just kind of ironic. Two viruses he was kind of there to be an antidote to. I'm trying to think about what they talked about, and then they got into aliens. He was saying he thinks that like a lot of this drone and UFO sightings are projections, like some type of hologram, I imagine, or some type of just lighting effect. Which that's what a lot of people seem to be talking about. That's Project Bluebeam. So it's like, ooh. He said assume it's a psyop until proved otherwise, which I think is probably the good call. But yeah, I probably will listen to the entire episode just because, like I said, I have like a soft spot for him. But it is weird, man. This whole like political world is so weird. So we'll see what happens, and I haven't been tuned in, so I'm just like, people just they seem relatively happy and optimistic, and I don't know if that's just because their side wins, won last election, or if it's because things are moving in the right direction. It's like confirmation bias. It's like, yeah, but I pushed for this, I pushed for this, and because I'm committed to pushing for this, I can't look at it with clear, unbiased vision. But honestly, it's great to see him on something like Joe Rogan, rooting for that kind of group of thinkers. They seem like they're in line with what feels right value-wise. So, and it is kind of sad how these people who kind of got sucked into the culture war, they are smart, accomplished people that are then forced to kind of use their talents to argue like nonsense, to argue against like pernicious people with nonsense that are like imposing their nonsense on the world, when it's like, oh yeah, you're actually like an awesome biologist and an awesome teacher, and like have all of these other valuable ideas to share, but instead you're kind of forced to like argue with people who seem to just accept and promote nonsense. So that's kind of sad. That is kind of like the sad double-sidedness of the culture war. It's like, if you don't fight, like, yeah, I don't know. You have to waste your resources fighting it. So it robs the person who became like radicalized. It robs them of their potential, and then it robs the people who see and like are trying to stop the radicalization. It robs them of their potential because they have to waste that arguing against this group of people. So it's like two perfectly talented people end up living a life where they're forced to pay attention to nonsense and are essentially arguing whether the sky is blue in some cases. But I guess what's the alternative? Horrible dystopia where people just have to accept truth from ideologues. I don't know. Some weird top-down authoritarianism where you don't get to think. But that's and ultimately some sort of concentration camp scenario. Like, it's probably worth standing up to, but it's still just kind of sad. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, guys. I guess my old culture warrior stuff, that old part of me that was paying attention to the front lines of nonsense. Who's going into what bathroom? Who's trying to be a woman now? Who's trying to be a woman now? The old what is the woman argument just sucked me right back in the trenches, trying to describe what a woman is to these people. But yeah, okay, cool. That's it for today's episode. Oh, actually, I kind of do want to talk about this a little bit. Not that I even liked any of these people, but what's his name? Hassan and Ethan Klein. They were buddies, and I guess they did some. I guess they had like an official breakup, and then of course, Ethan Klein has to use like Hassan's craziness to get clicks and to stand up. I don't even know. I started watching the video where he kind of just breaks down on why they'll probably never agree. Which, yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm sure you will never agree with someone who won't compromise and see things from your perspective. It's straw manning. It's like all like straw man. It's like straw people in straw houses throwing straw at other people. No, that's not it. I don't know what it is. I never really invested in either of those personalities. There was a little bit where I watched a couple Ethan Klein videos, but no, just as a guy who paved the way in the YouTube space, and he had like a really important fair use court case that was interesting. But then, yeah, he kind of got sucked into the culture war nonsense, and then he had a show with this guy who has like pretty fringe views and pretty like passionate supporters. It's like, oh, okay. And that devolved into a toxic relationship where you were, yeah, it's like, surprise, surprise. Like, that's where the progressives messed up. They were just too fucking mean to normal people. It's like, yeah, you were shitty, dude. I empathize with like some of the more like humanitarian ideas you're putting forward, but like at the end of the day, you were just so shitty that it's like, okay, we can we can have your cake and not have to eat any of the bullshit. I don't know. We just, there's a better way to do it that doesn't like involve dehumanizing and the cultish behavior. So sorry. Maybe if you were a little nicer, I'd give your cult more of a chance. That's why the Christians are always like, forgiveness. They gotta like, they got to be palatable. I don't even know what's going on here. These past 3 minutes have been fun, like this entire episode, another regular episode, and I'm excited to post a regular episode on Monday for you guys. But that's it for today's episode. It's been a lot of fun, but we're done. Gotta run. Thank you this time for your time, and until next time, keep on living and loving. Peace.